mother is undoubtedly the most important female figure in a child's life. But unfortunately, sadly, not everybody has the experience of having one. And even though here and there are people who try to fill this gap, it can have some lasting effects. Today on the show, we have Fiona, Mrs. Fiona Nakaiwa Nsimenta. She's a mother of 3 children, and she's here to share her story with us about what it means to grow up without a mother. Thank you, Fiona, for joining us. We're so happy to have you on the show. It's known, it's normal, like everybody talks about, oh, my mother, this, my mother, that, my mother, the other, yes? And you don't meet somebody every day who does not have that same story to share. So if you could please share with us what led, like the circumstances that put you into a situation that you grew up without your mom.
Well, as you know, couples have issues. So this couple got issues, my mom and my dad. So I think they separated when I was about 5, 6, I'm not sure. It's hard to remember. Then my dad took over. He took over, but then my mom would come and visit once in a while. Yeah, but he took over all responsibility.
Okay. As a single dad?
As a single dad.
Yes.
Yes.
And then eventually?
Yeah, eventually, my mother passed away when I was in S1. I had just joined, like, you know, first time, second week, I think, first week. So she passed away, and, well, it was easier then when you know, mom is there, she'll come and see me. But then here, yeah, she wasn't, she's gone. She won't come see you at home at any time. Yeah. Yes.
No, just aunties, people you could, you know, mold yourself as a girl.
You see, he was the kind of father who didn't like you going visiting. So once in a while, I would go to his sister's place for a short holiday.
Yes.
Then his mother, that one, okay, she wasn't so far from us, but you know, when you go to church, then after you go to her home.
Yeah.
My friend, by evening, they have picked you.
Yes, yeah.
Very protective.
Yeah, but that means no woman that's lasted for a period
there was
your
no
life.
Woman.
Yeah.
At all.
So, I think I would like to know what your fondest memory is of your mom.
My mom. Okay, apart from the first thing, she was a very beautiful woman.
Aww.
Very, very. I don't know what happened to me, but.
Really? Who does that? Who does that?
I look like my dad.
Oh, you look like your dad.
I think.
Because you remember your mom as the most beautiful woman.
She was very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I can't say there's this memory that I really, really have. But the last time I saw her, I don't know. The last time I saw her, she was in hospital. And I think I had grown, I was in S1, and just, she said to me a few words. It's her sister. She has a sister. And I was calling her, hey, Auntie Gertrude, Auntie Gertrude, Auntie Gertrude, Auntie Gertrude. So he told me, baby, come. That is now Mommy. Like, that is the longest time I had spent with her that I can actually remember, because all the time she would come home to visit. My dad is there. You know, these guys are not talking.
They're not talking.
So I know that Zozo Mulabi Kakati. Go.
Yeah.
So even when she would come when he wasn't around, she wouldn't spend a lot of time. And then my aunties keep telling me, Kara, you used to come, we used to stay. I don't remember. I don't have that memory. Yes.
It must have been difficult, I think, what you went through growing up without a mom. I'm curious about days like Mother's Day. So when people are, especially in the age of social media nowadays, people go online and they are shouting out their moms who have done all these amazing things. What sort of feelings are evoked in you on a day like that?
Well, it's a bit hard. But sometimes I would feel like putting my dad there as my mother. Wow. Yes.
It's okay. It's fine.
Okay. Yes. Because he was a mother, really, he did his best. He outdid himself, gave up so much just to take care of me.
Yeah.
So I would really want to put him as my mom there, but man, he's not a woman. So.
I still think that you should.
Yeah. In all honesty, all the questions I would have thought of asking you somehow become extremely irrelevant at this moment, because I think we are dealing with speaking about a mom who wasn't there, but there was somebody who, because I asked you, did you have a female figure who assumed the role?
She wasn't
and the truth
around.
is you said no. So basically what we should be talking about right now is about a dad who assumed the role of a mother in every possible way.
But it's not possible to assume the role of a mother in every possible way as a man. It's not possible, as the reverse is true. Because when she said that Mother's Day story, it reminds me of times when, because like I'm a single mom and then people say Happy Father's Day because you're feeling in both shoes. I see people do that, which I find a bit strange.
Oh dear.
But yes, so you can accept that somebody really did their best to fill those shoes, but you can't ever feel a mom's or dad's shoes if you're not, especially if you're the other sex.
Because there are so many things that can happen in between. Let me tell you the story. The first time I went into my periods, it was the maid that told my dad. My dad panicked, took me to it was a clinic, I think. He had a friend, a lady friend. Yes, so he took me for counseling. Following day, remember silk pad? He bought a big box.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Like, he was overwhelmed. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
But he did his
But did you have the conversation?
Yes.
After, like, now you've gone for counseling, they've taken you, now your
We don't talk about it.
There is no conversation.
There's no conversation. You don't talk about it.
I'm not saying that he can feel, but assume, because like in this situation, you can try to invoke the feeling of having that motherly love, but what she feels inside that we all feel for our mom, she feels for her dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you feel that in him raising you, do you feel like her absence in any way influenced the woman you've grown to be? Because now you're a mother.
Yes, I'm a mother.
Do you click these mother things, yet you don't, you know?
It was try and error.
Yeah.
Because one, sometimes I think he would forget that I was a girl and he would, as if raise a boy, a man.
Yeah.
Because that's what he knows.
Yes, that's what he knows. But you know when he's tough, he backs. Sometimes I back at my children. It's not intentional, it's natural, it's automatic. I back at you. And then my husband is always like, but why do you back? So there are so many things, even acting like a lady. I grew up putting on jeans, t-shirts, caps, you know.
Tomboy.
Yes.
It's so natural.
So, her absence, you know, being a lady, the good thing I was in a single school, I was in Taiba High. That's where I learned most of the things, but apart from, I don't know. She should have, I wish she was there to teach me so many things, managing a home, being a mother, how to raise a child, do this. The other guy comes back, hey, what's up? Holiday. You know?
Yeah.
But that's so sweet.
Yeah.
It's scary, but it's sort of...
It is more... No. That is how Baganda men are. They don't show their love openly.
Yes. So in terms of like your mothering style, so apart from like the negative things that sort of seep through from your upbringing, how would you say your mothering style is, especially because you didn't have a reference point?
Okay. My firstborn suffered the most because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know how to love. I don't know. It's not love, but to show that love.
Yeah.
Yes. So my second one, I started learning the hard way, and now the third one, we are okay. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Did it affect your relationship with your firstborn? The way you interact with the firstborn?
Yeah, I'm still so tough on him. I don't know.
Did it affect your relationship in terms of like being a wife? You know? Okay, go on.
Do share.
You want to still gangster?
At some point, my husband told me, he's like, Fiona, that day you will learn that there's only one man in this house. We shall be happy.
With both parents. They also tell us. There you learn. Now I can imagine a woman who was raised by just
A man. Emotions, you don't overshow.
My dad, he would always tell me, you're short. Do not let, you have to stand up, you know. So even in me, I took those things.
To the marriage.
He said, hey, I'm short, okay? Let me show you.
So anyway, at least I learned. Nobody can, I cannot allow you to put me down, no matter what.
Yeah.
That's it.
I always remember you're short. Eh?
So that should, because moms, dads and their daughters already usually kind of innately have a bond, a close relationship. So I feel like maybe yours was amplified, like your relationship with your father, like your connection to him. How would you say is different from a typical two-parent household? And in that way, maybe if you can share with us, because as Angie was saying, it's clear by what you're saying that he really tried to assume the role of mom as well. So how do you feel that in those places where it was not in his nature, how do you feel he did? Like rate him, in what instances do you feel that this was what mommy should have been doing, but he tried and really bambi. He did his best and you know. Silk pad.
Anyway, VD.
Yeah.
You know men hate visitations.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yes.
Okay.
That's shopping.
Okay.
Shopping, Smanya sit on the mat.
Food.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
All that time talking about what? Do you see the weather? Do you see football?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I remember the first time he missed the visitation.
Wow.
No, he didn't. He came late. Kati, you know, he doesn't know what to buy. Like,
Biscuit. I can bring you 6 packets of biscuit.
Family biscuit.
You were one child.
Oh yes, you keep saying me.
yes.
You're an only child.
Yes. As of now, I don't know.
Oh,
But from what we know, I'm alone.
Good point. Good point. Fair enough.
And your dad didn't have other children in the home or another woman?
Like he stayed single. Wow.
He was eating life.
He was eating like I think for me my question yeah.
No, I don't know about those ones, but he did not bring any woman home. He did not remarry. He did not introduce me to anybody. Yes.
Okay, and right now you're in a relationship and you have children. Yes. How do you feel about your husband and your children vis-a-vis you and your dad?
Well, my husband has a relationship with the children. You see, the dads we had then, they would not tell you, I love you. But, well, you would see it. He has paid fees, he has bought food. We have gone somewhere. He would take me to rallies like...
Oh my God.
Progi. So, my husband is different. Oh, he's totally different. He will tell his children, I love you so much. They can have a conversation. I think I used to have conversations with my dad when I was younger. Right now, we can have it and laugh a little bit, but you're grown, you're married, you know. So, what was the question?
The question is, how do you see the difference between the two of them? And you've really pretty much answered it. Wow. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Fiona, for sharing with us. You seem to have grown out of, I don't want to say like poster child because we always assume that maybe if you've grown up without a parent, you might not be able to thrive, and yet we've had a few stories here and there where the absence of a parent does not necessarily translate into you failing to fulfill your full potential or your capacity or whatever. So I'm really happy to have heard from you. We're really thankful to have heard from you and had this kind of story, that even though there were bumps along the road, as you've clearly spelled out, in the long run, your dad's really kind of tried to fill those shoes and raise you still, irrespective of the challenges, to be the best possible woman that you can be. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Yes. So not everybody is lucky to be raised by both parents, but this does not in any way mean that you cannot thrive or you cannot survive. You can. We have a clear example here. So share with us your stories. Were you raised without a mom in the household? Maybe a different female figure. How did this affect you? Share with us on all our socials, and thank you so much for joining us. Catch you next time on Bump Lab.